My dear Anambra, 29 years after the readjustment of Abia State, the state is far from achieving her optimum potentials. Virtually all the projections made on the trajectory for growth and development of this state have been missed. Today, Anambra State is a destination to nowhere. We lack basic infrastructure to back up the vast entrepreneurial and commercial opportunities that are abound in Abia State, leading to gross underutilization of our business potentials of our citizens, who are mainly businessmen. The result is that our capital as a people are not working for us, because the people from this state prefer to invest in other parts of the country where skills are better developed and where infrastructure and network readiness are easily available. The near stability achieved in some sectors years back have collapsed once again. Rural-urban migration has remained on the high. Rural-urban income divide has continued to widen due to visible absence of social safety net. Government has failed to exploit the numerous opportunities that are abound in Anambra State to generate reasonable, internally generated revenue, IGR, and therefore cannot meet some of her basic obligations. Our government have failed to innovate, and for many years have not added visible new initiatives for the development of the state and her people. New jobs are not being created for our TBUs, and that's why they migrate out of this state. And those road infrastructure will always beat our chests about some years back are collapsing and deteriorating unabatedly. The 20-year development plan, structural plan, 2009 to 2028, to restore urban planning and guide their growth into the future for our three major cities of Awka, Onitsha, and Nnewi have been abandoned without any alternative or focused direction. Our people are becoming atrophied because of purposeless leadership. Cynicism and mistrust of government are becoming justifiably rife, because for some years now, government has audaciously been lying to our citizens and thereby systematically denigrating herself. Our leadership recruitment process has thrown up wrong people because of the reluctance of the average persons in our state to follow leadership without seeking immediate reward. We have unknowingly mortgaged our future. We have imprisoned our growth evolution, dimmed our light, and reduced our horizon. These do not in any way take away the fact that Anambra State is abundantly blessed with rich natural resources and has the largest concentration of human resources endowment, entrepreneurial spirit, and the lowest level of poverty incidence in the entire Africa. However, these distinctive potentials of our people remain largely untapped because of our leadership selection process. Thus, the gap between where we are now and where we need to be is continuously widening, and we cannot continue to allow this to go on. My dear Anambra, we should take our bearing right and exploit our potentials. As light of this nation, we must begin again to innovate and to create a virtuous cycle of prosperity within Anambra State. We need that synergy to regain our preeminent position as a commercial, industrial, and business hub for Nigeria. contributing more meaningfully to the gross domestic product, GDP, and to achieving higher human development index that will propel the development of the entire Southeast Nigeria. We need a careful adoption and adaptation of sustainable development goals, ideas, the SDG ideas. And we need leadership to propel those ideas. Because of our peculiar situation now, individuals can make a difference, a very lot of difference now. But over time, however, institutions, not individuals, would sustain the changes. The quality and characteristics of the leadership that emerges in this state going forward will define the trajectory of our society and give clear hints on the type of progress we want to make. As we go for yet another round of governorship election in Anambra State in 2021, we should, if we must achieve our optimum potentials, look at a governor that has the brain power and imagination, invention and organization, vision and action, experience and political will. He must be a humble and a grassroots person with the ability to apply a bottom-top approach to governance. Our new governor must be approachable with the ability to network and reason with our people. His development strategy must be people-centered, leveraging on our defined socio-economic identity as a people. He must lead us to creating our narratives, defining and owning this narrative, thereby making people feel invested in Anambra brand. We must create an Anambra brand, and we must make people to invest in that Anambra brand. Our next governor must never leave us orphaned. He must be able to stand for our people in all the four corners of the world. Anywhere an Anambra man is involved, the governor must stand up to defend that person, especially when the need arises, and extract the best of our people to develop our homeland. As Lester Truth did say, and I quote, "Today, knowledge, skill, and experience now stands alone as the only source of comparative advantage." End of quote. Our governor should not be selected on the basis of bags of money he can be able to throw at us, or on the basis of mere name recognition. The new Anambra governor needs to be balanced enough, always conscious of his environment at all times, and must have the vision and effective commitment to navigate the state to a new frontier of environmental quest. In the Anambra, I'm an environment advisor and a former commissioner for environment, mineral resources, science and technology in Anambra State. I was a special assistant political in the presidency and former advisor consultant to the Nigerian Senate. I'm a former consultant to the United Nations Development Programme. I'm former National Secretary of Southern Nigerian People's Assembly and South Middle Belt Forum, and the convener of National Political Summit, convener of Democracy Africa Youth Parliament, and the Director General of World Igbo Summit Group, Director General Self-Democracy Africa. I'm an award winner with over 204 awards, national, regional, and international. I'm versatile, experienced, educated, and have been in many governmental, non-governmental, international, administrative, operational, and management positions in the last 30 years. I am Ife Ekwenna Uwumosume, the leader you longed for. By the grace of God, I've been adjudged a success in all my political, public, and private sector governance endeavors. I've been adjudged as highly cerebral and eventful because of my knack for innovation, incubation, developing and sustaining new ideas, and programs and projects. I seek your mandate to govern Anambra State because I have the vision, I have the ideas, I have the temperament, I have the dynamism, the energy, experience, political will and action to fast-track development of Anambra State and to close the gap between where we are today and where we ought to have been. I have the networks, I have the contacts, I have the reach and wide acceptability, and I shall exploit this to make Anambra State a prime destination in Nigeria and Africa. As governor, I shall improve governance, create employment, invest in our people, strengthen partnerships, increase competitiveness, diversify our revenue sources, and grow our economy. I shall provide necessary enabling environment for development, provide infrastructure backbone that will propel Anambra State as the ICT hub for Nigeria. I shall develop human resources for all sectors and make government people-based and people-driven. I shall be responsive and selective in my approach to governance and will encourage the creation and enforcement of necessary legal institutional frameworks and infrastructure that will underpin our developmental ideas to make it a sustainable and irreversible project. I shall re-engineer our political system and construct from the best of our traditions, endowments, and cumulative experiences the politics we need from the politics we have. I shall retrieve the years of the locust by fast-tracking sustainable development of our state. More importantly, I shall make Anambra State a city-state, an investor's heaven, and a center for innovation in Nigeria. Anambra of our dream shall be a destination for youths and will provide opportunities for women. In the Anambra, I urge you to give me a chance, and I pledge on my honor, I shall never fail you. Guided by the time-tested and successful Singaporean model, I shall abide by the basic principles that can help us progress. Work for social cohesion through sharing the benefits of progress, creating equal opportunities for all, and giving meritocracy the chances it deserves with the best man or woman for the job, especially as leaders in government. We shall apply e-governance, e-business, and e-learning systems to promote transparency, efficiency, and productivity. We shall apply leadership through innovation. We shall not segregate against anybody based on circumstances of religion, occupation, or zonal configuration. In the Anambra, as our governorship election draws near, we should all realize that the future of our state is as full of promises as it is fraught with uncertainties. The new divide in the world today will be between those with knowledge and those without. The Anambra cannot afford to be without knowledge. We must therefore learn to be part of the knowledge-based world. And it's only when I assume office that I will provide and lead Anambra State to a knowledge-based world, because we are providing leadership through innovation. I invite you to painstakingly go through my manifesto It shall be my covenant with our people for realizing our dream state. I invite you to join me. Let's go to work. Together, we shall build Anambra State of our dream.